Hello and welcome to the Open Book. This is your host Lakeisha. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. So y'all, until yesterday, I did not know that Malcolm Jamal Warner had an unreleased project. He talked about this project with Rollout back in May of 2021. Okay, he let them know that he had acquired the film and television rights to Russell Duncan's novel Freedom Shore, Tunis Campbell and the Georgia Freedmen. Okay, now Freedom's Shore tells the story of Tunis Campbell, who is a black northern abolitionist minister who became a senator and vice president of the Republican Party of Georgia after the Civil War to help former slaves transition to free men and women. He also expected to produce and star in this project, y'all. And I stated on my live earlier that although he was starring and producing, he would have also had a team to help him with this, okay? Now, Tunis Campbell was a staunch defender of human rights and was one of the earliest activists in the fight against voter suppression in Georgia during the Reconstruction era. He was a movement unto himself: civil rights, black power, and Black Lives Matter, 100+ years before those movements were labeled as such. Excited could only begin to describe how Malcolm felt about bringing this unsung hero's life to the screen. Malcolm has shared that all of the characters that he's portrayed have to reflect black males in a positive light. And that stems from his start in the industry on The Cosby Show, where he played Theo. Okay? Now, I want to show you all this clip of Malcolm sharing with us the significance of his name.
This is my first time knowing that. But here you are, man, at Astoria Kaufman Studios. You are working on a little show called The Cosby Show. Malcolm Jamal. Talk about this.
So Malcolm Jamal is my first name. That's why there's a hype. I was named after Malcolm X and a jazz pianist, Ahmad Jamal. My dad really wanted me to be a jazz pianist. He also really wanted me to be great. I'll say that. And I say it because you can't be named after Malcolm X and Ahmad Jamal and not be great and not do great things. And I don't say that from an egotistical standpoint. My dad had this thick book called Great American Negroes. And there were chapters on Richard Wright, Langston Hughes, Mary McLeod Bethune, Marian Anderson. And I used to have to read these chapters and write book reports for my dad during my summer vacation. Right? And it wasn't until I was about 15, I'd been speaking at schools, church organizations, speaking to young people, that I realized what my dad did. And I called him and I said, "Hey man, you set me up." And he just laughed. He was like, "You're damn right I did." Right? My dad was instilling all of these things in me as a human being, making sure that I had a strong sense of from whence I came. So when The Cosby Show came along, it was, sound cliche, but like it was meant to be. Like I was supposed to do that role. Yeah. Just like I look back, there's no other way around it. I was supposed to do that and be on that show.
Special shout out to T.L. Cross for this snippet and capturing this particular moment with Malcolm Jamal Warner. Had a long-standing interest in projects blending art and activism. Now, this particular project with the Tunis Campbell film or series would have allowed Malcolm to, one, challenge stereotypical portrayals of Black history. Second, use his platform to highlight a figure who resisted systemic oppression. And lastly, merge his acting and producing skills for a story with educational and cultural value. Okay, now Malcolm had not released it yet. Okay, it was stated that allegedly Tunis Campbell was not going to be the only one that he wanted to put out into a film. Okay, but there were other unsung heroes that he was definitely going to highlight and bring to the forefront. These stories contain themes of justice, betrayal, and resilience. Okay, and that was perfect for high impact drama. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that to the forefront on something that he had on his heart to do, and we don't know if it will ever come to fruition, unless someone decides to move forward with his plans, or if he had already spoken with his team about it. But I found that very commendable to for him to have that desire. And I love how when he shared about his name, how his name was a mixture of Malcolm X and Ahmed Jamal. Then he said he had no choice but to be great. It was a setup, okay? And that he was. He really, really used integrity and did some awesome things during his time here on Earth. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Thank you for your desire, your heart to educate us on Black history with stories that we may not have ever known about. So let me know in the comment section below what you all think. Also, hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Also, if you would like to support the channel, there are various ways that you may support in the comments below. Thank you and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.